incident that took place in RK Puram of Delhi earlier this morning. Now remember, the two women who were shot by the miscreants in Delhi RK Puram are unfortunately dead. Now today a PCR call was received at earlier 4:40 a.m. in RK Puram police station stating that some people have shot Call's sister at Ambedkar Basti. Now, acting on this, local police staff reached the spot wherein they found that two ladies named Pinky, aged 30, and another Jyoti, aged 29-year-old, were shot and shifted to SJ Hospital. Now, the assailants came for the victim's brother primarily. Reason, prima facie, seems to be money settlement issue. Now, the case is under appropriate section and is currently being registered. Now, further investigation is on in this particular case. So, unfortunately, the two women who were shot because of the miscreants who shot them are unfortunately dead. They succumbed to their injuries. And remember, a PCR call was received at 4:40 a.m. in RK Puram police station stating that some people have shot caller's sister at Ambedkar Basti. Let's... I have CNN News 18's Yash Goyal joining me on the phone line. Yash, could you tell us more about this unfortunate incident and what's the investigation saying so far?
Well, the latest update we have is that both victims have succumbed to their injuries in this entire case, and in fact they were being treated in a hospital in the national capital. But what had happened, what had transpired at that very spot in Ambedkar Basti in RK Puram was that, as per the victim's family, few assailants came on the bike and they started battering their home. And in fact, once they tried to enter the home, these two ladies actually came out, and was the time when they were shot dead. In fact, we were given to understand is that this entire matter is of mere 15,000 when there was some sort of exchange of money between the brother-in-law of these very victims and the assailants. In fact, these two women were not at all involved in this entire case. They were just to become the victim of the promptness of the situation where these assailants came and shot fires at them. And in fact, now they have succumbed to their injury. What the police is doing, police is right now trying to nab these very accused in this case. They're looking at all the evidences in this case. They have the police actually reached the spot at around 5 a.m. early in the morning. And in fact, this incident has been reported in the wee hours, where this entire incident unfolded at around 4 a.m. in the morning in the wee hours of Sunday. And in fact, at around 4:40 was the time when the PCR call was made about this entire incident. And in fact, the police rushed to the spot as soon as possible. Now, Arvind Kejriwal has also tweeted about this incident, raising questions on the law and order situation of the national capital. So now this entire incident is turning out to be both of a heinous crime and now a political one. And in fact, we have seen similar sort of situation playing out in the national capital. But now what we can confirm is that this incident is entirely of a rivalry between two people, and in fact these two victims became Rinki and Pinky. These victims became these were actually caught in between, where they had nothing to do with this entire incident. And now what we're also understanding is that the police is now on investigation speed to nab these very culprits who have been involved in this case. And in fact, victims on the ground have to say that not only these two people, in fact, there were many who came in the wee hours at their doorstep and they started badgering them. They were beating their doors. And in fact, once everyone was awake, they tried to get outside and to understand the situation as to what had happened. But then these shots were fired, and in fact, these two ladies were hit by the bullet. They were treated, but now they have succumbed to their injuries.
Yes, well, what we are learning to understand here is that the assailants basically came for victim's brother initially, And but then, unfortunately, these two women were targeted, and now, unfortunately, they have succumbed to their injuries. What do we know about that? And also, do we have any information about accused so far?
Well, absolutely. This is what I was lamenting upon, that these assailants came for the brother-in-law of these women. And in fact, there was a transaction of around 15,000 rupees between them. And there was some sort of failure from the part of the victim's kin to pay off that money. And that's why this entire ruckus began. Now what we are understanding is that both the accused or the assailants in this case are at large, and police is still trying to nab them.
Okay, Yash, since you were okay, Yash, change in plans. I'll have to stop you there. Thank you so much for bringing in all those crucial details. Right now, we are shifting focus to another story.